Hey my friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and today I want to talk with you about how to make $1 million. Look, the truth is that most people want to spend $1 million. They don't necessarily want to earn $1 million because earning $1 million seems very hard. But the truth is that if you make $50,000 a year for the next 20 years, that's $1 million. And that's the per capita income in America. So most people in America and many different countries could make $1 million. But what stops most people from making $1 million in a shorter amount of time? Instead of doing it in 20 years, what stops people from doing it in 10 years or 5 years or even 3 years or less? The real reason why people don't make $1 million in a shorter amount of time is because of their intentions. You see, they have the wrong intentions, and so the world conspires not to give them what they want because they don't deserve it. And they're not willing to work for it because of how they think. You see, most people want $1 million because they want to pay off their debt, or they want to buy a house, or they want to help their mother out, or they want to travel the world. Whatever it is, you need better intentions than that for the money. If you want $1 million, you've got to set better intentions, and the best intention you can ever set is helping people. You see, if you help 1 million people, you'll make $1 million. But you have to understand this universal law if you want it to come to fruition. And most people don't get that because they don't understand how many people they're serving, if they even know what service actually is. So you first have to understand what service is, and then you got to understand how many people you're serving. That means you have to have a measurement system. You have to be very organized before you become a millionaire. You see, a lot of people might be working their basic jobs and they might be asking themselves, well, why aren't I a millionaire? I work hard, I want to help people, I want to pay my bills. But my friends, what I'm saying is that you've got to have a bigger reason than that. You've got to have better intentions than just paying your bills, than just helping people at the food kitchen. Look, all those things are great, but if all you want to do is pay the bills, that's all you'll end up doing. Or if all you want to do is stand in line and serve people all day, that's all you'll end up doing. You've got to find a way to add more value than that to more people in a short amount of time. You can't be standing as a cashier in a grocery store making $8 an hour expecting to become a millionaire in 5 years. Why? Because you're not adding that much value to society. And plus, that kind of position is highly replaceable. You see, you also have to realize that the harder it is to replace you, the more you're going to get paid. So for instance, if you're the only person that can do a specific job and your boss wants to fire you for some reason, you've got to say, look, boss, you need me. Instead of firing me, you need to give me a raise. And that way you can make more money. But still, you gotta realize that you're working for a boss who also is limited by the amount of money that they pay unless they own their business. So what's the key here? Well, I would say you gotta own your own business. That's not the only way you can become a millionaire, but I believe that's the greatest way you can become a millionaire. Look, you can make millions of dollars through flipping stocks. You can make millions of dollars through flipping real estate. You can make millions of dollars doing a lot of things. But having a business means you control the wealth that you produce. You can control how resourceful you want to be to other people. You can control your hours. You can control your lifestyle. You can control your intentions. So it all comes down to your intentions. Because what you actually need to do with $1 million isn't always what you were planning to do before you watched this video. So you need to break out a piece of paper and write down exactly what you would do if you were going to make $1 million. Now, most people would automatically buy liabilities. They would go out and they would buy a car. They would go out and they would buy a house. They would end up losing all that cash value because they would put it in things instead of assets. Instead of buying something that can help them produce more income or learn what it takes to produce more income by gaining the skill set, by finding the mentorship, by attending the courses and conferences and buying the books, they would rather use that money on their entertainment. They would rather splurge that money and travel first class. And this is exactly what our society wants us to do. But if you're smart, you're gonna understand that that is a trap. Now, I'm not saying if you made $1 million, don't take $5,000 and take a nice trip. You definitely want to do that. But you don't want that to be the only thing you do. You don't want that to be the only goal you have. Look, you can have a nice trip, you can buy a nice house, you can have a nice car, but don't let it take up all your money. Don't let it take up all your ambition. You want to have the ability to say, you know what? With this $1 million, I'm going to multiply it to $10 million. Because that's what it actually takes for someone to become a millionaire. Before they become a millionaire, they have to take $100,000 and multiply it until it reaches $1 million. So when a person receives $1 million, they better become a millionaire, and they better be planning on what they need to do to take it to 10 million. You see, you have to understand that the world really wants you to expand the wealth that it's given you. Not squander it, not waste it away, not take it for granted. You've got to use that money and expand it, and not depend on it for being your happiness. A lot of people think, hey, if I make the money, I'll be happy. Look, my friends, no amount of money can make you happy for a long amount of time. It doesn't matter how much you make. Even if you got $10 billion, you're not automatically going to be happy for the rest of your life. Because with money comes great responsibility. So when you make those $10 billion, or let's bring it down to $1 million, you still have to take responsibility. Now when you have $0, there's no responsibility at all. You see, because money brings responsibilities. And the reason why people don't have $1 million is because they haven't learned how to conquer the responsibilities that they have until they can conquer the responsibility that $1 million will bring them. So imagine how your life would change if $1 million hit your bank account right now. What would you do? Where would you go? How would you plan? How would you talk to the people in your life that you love the most and also love you the most? How would people in your life respond when you tell them that you have $1 million? Or would you even tell them that you have $1 million? You have to think about all these things well before you become a millionaire. And the reason why people don't make $1 million is because they don't think about what it would be to be a millionaire. So I want you to think as if you're a millionaire if you want to become a millionaire. And imagine in your mind you actually receiving $1 million. Imagine if you actually made that money. What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you become? Because that's how you become a millionaire. And that's how you expand and make any amount of money that you truly desire. Alright my friends, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please comment in the section below letting me know what are your plans when you become a millionaire. And also, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so you can see me sharing more ideas just like this on my next videos.